I'm so excited, my Awair element is finally here. We can start making planet tokens on a day-to-day basis. Let's go get it.
There it is. Came in the mail after like 6 months of waiting. Oh, what's this new tweet that just came out? Well, crap. I know what to do with it. And since I'm in the market for throwing money away,
Nerdy dude stuff.
for those of you keeping track at home, today's beer of the day is brought to you by Green Man Brewing out of North Carolina. This is Green Man Porter. This is an English-style porter with 6.0% alcohol by volume. This has a nice, dark, full-bodied tone to it, and it has a very easy, creamy mouthfeel with extra dark cacao nip style bitterness on the back end. Nothing too crazy to write home about. Probably a 3 out of 5. Cheers to you guys.
Bink! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about cryptocurrency. Now, I know that a lot of you jumped onto the Awair element boat with me when we did some videos and how fast they sold out and how long the shipping times are, and you probably are still waiting on your orders. And unfortunately, we meant to do this video a couple of days ago just to kind of update everyone, but unfortunately right now, to get your licenses, that was suspended as of January 27th. You can see the tweet here on screen, and it doesn't say that it's ended or gone. They're just going to be reevaluating some stuff, and it's currently paused. So if you haven't been able to get your Awair element, it's still in the mail or anything like that, and you're waiting for it, unfortunately you won't be able to start mining those sweet delicious planet tokens right when you get it. But we're going to take a look at some other options today. We're still going to look at how the Awair elements are doing, and hopefully we'll get some updates here in the future about when we can get those licenses back. Why they aren't doing that anymore is because these devices sold like hotcakes and we oversaturated the market. Previously, they were promised to be making about 23 planet tokens a day. Now they're pretty much fluctuating between like 13 to 17, and you'll see my numbers on screen here in a moment. So in the meantime, we're going to jump over, look at some other options that you have if you still want to continue supporting the Planetwatch project. There's still some other viable miners, sensors out there that you can utilize, and then just kind of some stuff that I'm doing with my planets that I've already earned. I've already ROI'd, broken even on my devices, all 4 of them. So we are looking to extend our portfolio and continue growing our passive income and get to retirement one day. So let's look at the computer screen. While I have your attention, before we get into the topic in more detail, I just want to put out a reminder to get over to the Algo governance program and cast your vote. You have a full month to do it, but February is a short month. If you already committed your Algo to voting, it is now open between January 31st and February 28th. Stay tuned. We will be doing a full video on what these options are, probably within the week, because we want to make sure everyone sees these videos, gets over and votes, because you have to vote to get your rewards. If you miss the vote, you forfeit your reward. So stay tuned for that. We'll be discussing that soon. This is just a friendly reminder. Now, the Planet token has dropped itself down to 26.5 cents. Really not too surprising in my opinion. I did have a lot of hopes for this token to go up even more, especially when we saw the growth of it from, it was like, what, 4 cents, 10 cents, then it jumped all the way up to like 37 cents and now back down. Because really, with them eliminating the licenses or pausing the Type 4 licenses, you can't purchase those with Planet tokens at the moment, and that really kind of stopped the demand. If you still do need Planet tokens, remember, we had an issue with Bitmart. We did get that resolved, so we managed to get our 35, which was really $3,000 worth of Planet tokens when we finally got it released, back to us, but we have decided to no longer use them. We are using MEXC for any of our Planet and Algo, and you saw deeper there needs. If you want to use MEXC, link for that is in the description. YLDY, all that stuff. But anyway, Jumping over to Planet, we showed that tweet, so we're not going to touch base on that again. But if you go to, I'm also trying to pull up the white paper here for us, but if you go to Planetwatch's main page, this is planetwatch.us, and we'll just go to the home page here. If you go to their main page, this is where you go, you log into your Explorer. We're not going to do any of that today, but you go up to buy, and you look at buying a license. Now, going into this, you can see that we have 4 licenses. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but 4 is completely grayed out and it's not available. Now, according to the tweet, and this of course happened on January 27th, but it's temporary right now. And then I don't know how, when we have a full year or so on our licenses for our 4 devices. I think in November I'll have to renew. But they did say that we should be able to renew them. But I also heard a rumor from one of my subscribers in Discord that they are potentially looking at revoking licenses as well. So I don't know if that's going to be newer licenses or, random licenses. Really hoping that's not the case, because I know that this project blew up a lot faster than they anticipated as soon as these Awair elements were pretty much available on Amazon, and a bunch of grubby YouTubers like myself got out there and put them in front of you guys, and you all bought them. No offense to all the other YouTubers. You guys know who you are that did these tactical investments, action, crypto. None of you guys. We're not grubby. I'm grubby. Maybe. I'm going to have some beer. So, if you still want to support the Planet Watch project, though, what are your other options? You have options to buy a license type 1, 2, or 3 device, where if you go to their main page and hit sensors, which we already have it pulled up here, but I wanted to show it there. A big one that people keep asking me and talking to me about getting into is an Airquino, and I believe you have to stake like 16, or you have to buy the license and you have to have a certain amount. It's not as just go onto Amazon and buy an Awair element or an Atmo tube, or I believe a SenseEdge Mini, as everything else is, but I heard this one's a good big Mac Daddy, and you can buy this and you could still buy the Type 1 license. So if we go back to the Type 1 license, let's just put this here, and I know this one's a big chunk, whereas the Type 4 licenses were $40 a pop for a 1 year. I believe these ones are the big boys here, so let's just wait for this to load. And the page is having some issues loading as well, because I'm trying to get the white paper pulled up, because I wanted to show what those sensors were going to be able to earn you guys if you wanted. So yeah, so this Type 1 license is $300 for 1 year, all the way up to $600 for 3 years. It's $450 for 2 years and $600 for 3 years. So that's really not terrible to if you want a 3-year on the Airquino. And these don't have as much saturation as, let's say, the let's pull up the Explorer now, as the Awair elements did. So let's go to the actual breakdown on these devices. So if you look at the licenses here, you have Type 2 licenses are only at 170, Type 1 licenses are at 2,463, Type 3 licenses are at 7,300, and Type 4 are at 41,948. When they originally were doing the Awair element Type 4s, they said when there was about 10,000 licenses sold, there would be a saturation point, and we have 4x that, which is insane. Why is Type 2 licenses down so low, you might say? Because the Type 2 sensors aren't really available anymore. Type 1s are these Airquinos here. They're still waiting on a Type 2 sensor, and then Type 3s are starting to see a pump because the SenseEdge Minis are released, and those have been selling like hotcakes, I believe, as well. $650 from 2021, $700 for 2022. Oh yeah, I could have just clicked down there. Yeah, so here's the Airquino. As of now, if you wanted to buy one, it's going to be a $2,400 investment, and you're going to be getting you need to have a Type 1 license for that. Let's see if this will actually show how much Planet Watch is earned for this as well. Nope, it doesn't. Let me see if the white paper, oh, okay, so let's get to the page where it shows what type, I think it's like 23 or something, how much Type 1 licenses will be able to purchase you. Let's just do a jump cut to that. Okay, so here on the white paper, page 54, if you did manage to get one of those Type 1 devices, the lead sensor, you're looking at about 133 planets a day. So if you're dropping $2,700 on this device and you're getting 123 planets a day, you're currently looking at 34 days, let's say 2,700, or $34 worth of planet tokens a day, divided by 34, and you're looking at still an $80, or an $80, wow, getting everything mixed up. You're looking at an 80-day ROI on that device, just the device itself. If you tack on 30, let's say it was 3,100 divided by 34. We're being super generous with the numbers. You're looking at about a 90-day ROI on that big device, and then after that is sheer profit for the next 9 months, which isn't bad at all. So that is definitely an option for you. Now, last that we're going to jump into onto the video, we're going to close all this down here real quick. We are still earning every single day with our 4 devices. So this is my Planetwatch in my Algo address that's linked to my mobile device, obviously. And we are still sending out streams. Let's move myself over here a little bit. And we are... You can see we just did a transaction here. We transferred out 1,200 Planet tokens, which pretty much we cleared out our balance, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. But you can see 6 hours ago, 17.6, 17.6, 17.6, 17.6. So today's allocation was about 17.6 times 4 times 0.26. So we made $18.30 today, and that's kind of the trend that we've been going on. Let's go ahead and find yesterday's transactions. 17.6, 17.6, 16.896, so that might have just had like an internet blip. If that's the one over at my in-laws house, since they started this new like charter school construction and some new traffic lights in our area, they came out and said like there's too much population for the power grid, and their power gets like shut off like randomly for like 5 minutes. So I believe that's why that one's a little bit lower. And you can see I got another 17.6 there. So we've been doing that, and we've kind of been taking out our Planet tokens just for, you know, we built a balance all the way up to here. You can see about 3,000, or well, we built all the way up to like 3,051. Then we transferred 100 to Bitmart as a request. Then we got ourselves up to 3,000 Planet tokens, and then we sold them off for something else that we were doing. And then we just built ourselves back up to 1,200, and we sold them off for we're going even more ham into the animal farm. We did this about 4 hours ago. We locked in some dog/BUSD into their pool, because right now that's the decimal place is wrong, and it's at 1,000% APR. We're going to talk about this more in the future, but you can see right here we have the dogs/BUSD LP token. We have $631 worth. Half of that came from my planets, and this is a whole separate thing that we're going to talk about. We wanted to give this a break since we did 3 videos, I believe. We did a video, a stream, and a video on this, so we wanted to take a breather, and we wanted to touch base about Planet, but at the same time, Planet circled back into providing our assets to continue going into this platform. But yeah, those will be other videos that we'll talk about here in the near future. So you're going to want to stay tuned for the Algo governance video update. And then if you're into the channel for Animal Farm or anything like that, or Thor and blah, 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 we'll be updating those this week as well. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you're still waiting on an Awair element to come in the mail, drop a comment below or reach out to us on Discord or Telegram or Twitter. Not Telegram. I don't know why I still keep saying that, because, you know, it sucks. I hope the licenses come back, but I want to know how many people are out there that are still waiting for these devices. So just leave a comment below. I'd be really appreciate that. What I also appreciate is if you like this video, because it helps the algorithm very, very much, subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. All that good stuff. I'm O'Prius. We'll see you guys next time. No.